Yeah, instead what we got now is that we have a whole bunch of little zones. So we have the American Western Hemisphere over here on top. We got South America down there on top. We have Africa over there. We got Europe, and then we got Asia over here, and then we got whatever that shit is over here that it calls itself like a super state, Australia. Yeah. So somewhere across South Africa, I have nuclear weapons. Somewhere around North America, I have nuclear weapons over here. Somewhere around Europe, I have nuclear weapons. And somewhere in Australia, I have nuclear weapons because it's the same white family over here that went to the same prestigious school to go off and buy secrets and learn certain stuff around the space here. But then in that Asian sector over here, right next to Russia, yeah, are people that worship cannibalism, pedophilia, shit that's like batshit insane and like a temper that's above. And by the time we're done over here, they're very close to using nuclear weapons to go off and kill each other and make the entire space red just to be able to wipe off billions of people outside. Yeah, so I had to leave the Asian space over here before I could engage into a purge where like they want to enrage billions of people. And by the time you're done, all you're in yeah, just like in the anime over here. That was called, what's it called? No, not Devil May Cry, the other one over here. No, it was a devil anime over here. That telling you that the purge will happen in Asia again. What's up? Yeah, because how short-tempered the Asian male is as a species. Yeah. So somewhere, somebody tried to incite a nuclear war in between the groups over here to go off and get them to genocide because they call them the devil, and then they're like they're racist on the group over here. Yeah, I said again, that's what happened when you steal a secret you're not supposed to steal. What's up? Yeah, so now I got nuclear landlocked waste zones around the space here with the potential to blow up a nuclear hazard in space. With like the species will go off and wipe itself off naturally and kill itself in the process. I'm over there. I don't care about none of this. I'm inside the American space over here. Yeah, building my technology, my system. But as you can see, the effect from overseas over here makes it iron to the different corporate group that go off and take that money on a commercial level because they sport out there desperately to then go off and try to like help the other groups survive inside the military zone. So the white people that are like the slaves of some of the Muslims in Europe blending with some of the white people out there when they come in and they do the techno sin. When they do the techno scene, they look like some of the rockers, some of the punk rockers. Don't mistake the goth people that are part of the trance scene or like the techno scene in Europe with the different type of heavy metal team with the punk rock dude that got iron in America. So that dude iron is a redneck that will go off and work on his truck and his mechanical parts and all the systems and that guy over there is like a shaman that will go off and be in the forest over here that go off and curse out the fact that some of his groupie are enslaved and he's seen singing around the space as that. And then he's playing his heavy metal on the special. That's way to like people that he kills in real time, and he's connected to a drug network that makes it back into like Pablo Escobar backyard, within the Colombian space, on the white network that's way to like a military that long lost a budget that's not even competitive no more. Yeah, that still operate on the guys like Vietnam era gear. Yeah, trained by World War II people that are like ex-Nazis on the space with their own mission. Yeah, and so they have like a secret spy state that's somewhat integrated with the Russian state over here that was dealing with the Aztec that are going to refine the cocaine as if with like pure blue diamonds around the space a lot, and then bring inside the United States to a route that was through like an indigenous crowd that then go off and meet the main Sputnik system and the machine. It's some of the big machine that they build with the ballrooms, all that system itself to then go off and maintain that cocaine line and that trace line on the space here with the vast amount of human beings that they used to traffic from like cargoes for like the different mafia crew from like Kazakhstan and like other stands around the space, the other African states and other spaces in Mossad. So they used to be the main mediators to go off for like somewhat deal with like the technology or the nuclear system. We have to go off and refine the drugs or give a good hallucinations to some of the Aztec prince that's within that space here. The main drug lords that could be like, I want this guy dead in my family over here. Heads off, they remove their head immediately as a sacrifice around the space here. Even if it's a kid, the main drug lord say you're gone, as if it's like Jesus himself, gone, like the wind itself or something. Yeah, while being part of that military chain and that channel itself that made it back in South Africa, and suddenly go back and forth into the space here. Well, I said by the end of the day, that's the modern day history, because the space is me over there, I got better shit to go off and do. I don't know why is it that the Navy over there will go off and create a story behind me and go off and seek out attention and make it all about themselves. I don't want nothing to do with these losers. As you can see, I got stranded out here, try to relax and go off and wash myself in the street over here and go off and mind my own business. The only thing these people are looking towards too is try to shame the person try to go off and send people to go off and see the person in like a condition that they create intentionally. So you go off and claim that the person is poor, all that stuff like that. So I'm like, oh my God, that's the extent that somebody will go to, and just to go off like try to like make you look lower than them. Because of the fact that they're born inside a rich house somewhere, and they were like, well, I'm going to try to like somewhat play the American eye. And by the time they try to play the American eye and stuff like, yeah, me out there. Jesus is not real. God is a pedophile. And Palestine should be bombed some more. Trump might win a 4th term. I don't really care. Yeah, so by the time I'm out there just like minding my own business and stuff, yeah, so the trolls can come out and try to like, I like, oh my God, nigga, why don't you just go in the real hood over here and beg to get shot and something like that. Yeah, I don't know, man. Somehow they put these dudes to try to provoke the person. It doesn't work and stuff, so I just counter-troll them with things that they're somewhat passionate about. Yeah, I don't really care myself. Words are words. Myself, I just going about my friends, but I rub it into their face that they lost that war. And the war they were supporting around the space, and they made it far worse than before. Meanwhile, they interfere with people like myself that have huge potential above theirs. Yeah, just because of the fact that they can't fathom it on the space. No, I don't affiliate with her over there. I said I don't affiliate, man. Don't know these people over there, myself. Don't know them at all. So all I know is that the white people buy drugs from them or something like that. They hang out and they go off and they create. I don't know. I don't know these folks around. We have different black neighborhoods with like different teams and different cultures and stuff, and we go on about our friends over there. That's how it is. That's it. By the time we're done over here, you're gonna find that we have black people from like this sector over there that are not even part of this black tribe over here and this black group over here. And just not because we're like the same shit doesn't mean that we relate around the space. Some of us avoid each other like a motherfucker around the space. We're going about our friends. Others, because trust me when I said, if in the black house you have too much drama that evolved into too much violence, and we have too much of black on black crime around the space. By the time we're done over here, yeah, you're going to find some of us around different spaces doing different things around the space and then you're going to find a lot of envy and jealousy amongst the black race, amongst each other. Because like, things are so dumb. Like, you're American over here. You think you have an ego. Your ego is too big as an American. I'm from Africa. All that stuff. I was like, oh my God. I said, yo, dude, listen, the reason my ego is so high over here is because of the fact that I have to compete running on a mountain over here to go off and beat the competition of white people on the space here. My pride is not hatred towards you. My pride is like strength that I showcase around your space over here to describe how strong I am as a person. So by the time you see me beat my chest over here as a black American on the space here, that's not to go off and make you feel little around the space here. That is to go off and represent the entire black race on top of the mountain itself and showcase what King Kong sound like around the space here. Yeah, and by the time you pay attention to it, I'm not provoking you, nothing like that. I'm telling you, like, I'm really presenting. That's my strength, right? See that I'm flexing on the space side. You should be flexing like that because, if I'm black over here, I'm the same skin tone as you, I'm flexing. That, yeah, you made me share a tear when I get to see your daughter be strapped with a suicide bomb. And then she's killed over here by a species that long dominated a long time ago and evolved beyond herself. Yeah, so I said by the time we're done over here, I'll go like, wow, somebody desecrated God's black skin on the space side. And then by the time we're done over here, the devil themselves will go off and like somewhat separate the group with money and like security, like stuff that's related to ideology, and they're not paying attention to shit that really matters around the space. So they take the coke on the side over here and the money, and then eventually by the time they're done over here, they found Boko Haram on the side to go off and kill more black people. And the same dog over here that's dangerous, that they don't keep on a leash, we come by and bite them in the ass over here as a terrorist group that's going to be superior than them because they get real training on the ground over here, killing real Russians or killing real Americans on the ground over here with like real machine guns, setting up ambushes and modern day tactics and killing them in the process. So by the time they come back inside your environment, doing a full circle into that space area, they're going to release them back on you to go off and like make sure that you keep your drug debt in check. And, disrespects on their masters. By the time you go off and like try to engage into a gun battle with them, you have a military group over here that's fighting slippers with no clothes on.